If more men supported their friends like women supported themselves, maybe we'd have less broken men, and broken men
100%.
just hurt women.
This podcast is a Dear Media production.
Hi, guys.
Hi, guys. Oh, my God.
Oh, welcome back to another episode of Girls Gotta Eat.
Welcome back. I'm back from the dead, barely.
You're really doing it. You've been sick for, oh my God, the longest I've ever known about.
No, this flu tried to kill me. It's been so awful.
Every day when I ask you how you are, I assume you're going to tell me a little bit better, and every day it just ramped up.
Yeah, every fucking day it ramped up for like 7 days. Like every day you're like, tomorrow I've got to be better. And then your body's like, tomorrow you'll probably want to go to the ER.
Do you remember at the beginning of this? I've seen you like one time in like 2 weeks.
I know.
Do you remember at the beginning of this? Because Sparkle was also sick, and you were like, we're going to sleep in different bedrooms for the night. Like, that's how you thought you'd fix this.
So, yes. So my fucking roommate got me sick. This is what I get for deciding to live with a man.
Yes. Okay, so you said this thing to me, and you said something like, I don't know what to do about this. And I was like, she's upset, and so I can't make jokes about, like, this is what happens when you let a man into your house. Like, ask him to move out. Because you were like, I don't know what to do. And I was like, I typed out, ask him to leave and move out.
No good deed goes unpunished. He got sick on a Sunday, and I took care of him. He was just, like, so fucked up. And then, like, I got it 2 days later. So I had, like, 2 days of, like, taking care of him, and I'm happy to do it. And I was just like, no, don't let it happen to me, and Tuesday we were recording it, like started to settle in. I feel like it's like this dark monster, like you're looking behind your shoulder, like, don't do it, don't get me, I'm taking all my Symbiotica, I'm doing all my shit. And then it got me, and it lasted like full 7 days. Like, I'm still not really out of it. And I mean, we just like took care of each other. I could get emotional talking about it. Like, he's so wonderful. Like, he took care of me. Like, I had a day where I could not get out of bed. I couldn't open my eyes. My head hurt so bad. He had a day at 103 fever. Like, we just were kind of going back and forth between who would feel a little bit better to like take care of the other one, who would walk Azul more, who would like cook or order food. I mean, we were in it.
He can stay.
Yeah. I mean, and I knew he would. He's taken care of me before when I had some like a health issue. And, even when I was like, had that random thing in Tampa and I puked at Drake, like, I know he is like that. He's so caring. He's so loving. He's like so kind and like nurturing. And, I'm in that mode for him as well. But like, we felt like the world was ending.
Well, you were still working. I was like, can this bitch take a day off? She's sick, and I'd like to also be off. And you were like, let's get back to these emails. Let's approve this thing. And I was like, we're different. Because when I'm sick, I am in the bed asleep, and you're still working a little bit.
But that's the craziest thing about the flu, you guys, hot take. Like, it gets worse every day. Like, your days 3 and 4 should be your worst. Mine were like 5 and 6 were even worse somehow. So like those first couple days I was fucked up, but I was like still working. And then it was like through the weekend I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I'm in the depths of hell. Like, I've never been this sick. I mean, not COVID, not when I was a kid. I mean, I haven't had the flu in like 10 years, 12 years, maybe 15 years. This is like the real deal. Fucking influenza B. B for baddie.
Bay flu.
B for bad bitch. No, B for bury me alive, because that would have been better.
Well, they're saying this is the worst flu season in 15 years, and I have never had the flu, and I've never gotten the flu vaccine. And shout out to my sister-in-law. The best thing she's ever done for me, well, she gave me my nephew, but like other than that, she forced me when I was meeting him to get
the flu
I got
shot.
the triple vaccine.
Oh,
I got
you've had the flu
COVID, whooping
shot.
cough, and the flu recently.
Yeah.
She made me get all 3 of them. Part of me was like, maybe I'll just lie and not get it. But then I was like, I could never do that.
Oh, that's why you're so cool being around me.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm all set.
I just got the flu vaccine.
I'm vaccinated. Yeah. I mean, I have a few tips. That is one of them. Listen,
the flu vaccine.
I've never been a flu shot girly, but
neither.
I am now. You get tested for the flu now. I didn't know this. Like, it's like a combo test. It tests to pick me up some. It has COVID, flu A, flu B.
Oh, you just get the whole thing.
Hep C. No, I'm kidding.
Herpes A.
Chlamydia D. And so I took it, and I was like kind of too far gone at that point to get Tamiflu. So I recommend if you feel like you're starting to get it, take that test, and then you can do telehealth. I did Teladoc and get them to give you this Tamiflu.
Okay.
People know about Tamiflu, but you're only really supposed to take it within the first 48 hours. That's the only way it really works. It kind of helps stop things from multiplying, and it can lessen your symptoms and the length of time you're sick. It was like too late for me. They called it in for me anyway, but they were like, don't even worry about taking it. I got a cough prescription medicine, but she was like, you can take it if you want, but it's really only that early onset. So like in retrospect, I wish I would have taken it and not have moved in with my fiance, but you know, here we are. No, I am so grateful for him. When you're sick like that, like the only person prior to being with him I would have wanted to be around was my mom. I mean, you're so helpless. Like there was just times where I was like, I can't get out of bed.
That's crazy.
You know, and like for him too. I mean, that day he had 103 fever. I made him take his temperature every hour till it went down. I was like, we're going to have to go to the fucking hospital.
I don't want to be taken care of at all, but like my mom didn't really take care of me like that growing up. It would be like unfamiliar to me to have like a partner take care of me because I'm just like, I don't want to get away from me.
You wouldn't like settle into that helplessness because I'll get in it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, all the times I get surgery, I don't want anybody near me.
Right.
I can barely walk, and I'm like, I'm all sad. I don't want
Yeah.
anybody here. But mostly it's because I'm like so miserable, and I don't want anybody like around me. Also, like I haven't lived with like a partner in a long time, so who knows what Rayna at this age is even like with a partner.
Yeah, the dog is tough because you got to take the dog out.
Yeah, that would be really. I just let it free.
Yeah, we actually just got rid of him. We
Just open the door and hope
yeah,
he
he's
comes back.
somewhere in Santa Monica. If
That
you
we
guys
didn't bring
see
him
him,
today?
bring him back next week. I'll be better to take care of him.
You don't know where he is. That's why he's not here today. No, it's raining. That's why.
I know. No, we watch so much TV, so I will be reporting on the snack this Thursday. So everything. I've finished Netflix.
So much stuff happened this week. I'm so excited.
I
We went into
know.
a snack last week, and like Meghan Markle.
It's Megan Sussex now. It's so funny you call me Meghan Markle because you know I'm Sussex now.
Right? Oh, Meg, you're so crazy.
You know I'm Sussex now. I cannot get out of my head.
All right, we'll talk to you on Thursday. But okay, let's thank our partners. Then we're gonna get into it.
Yes.
Thanks to ZBiotics. Get 15% off at zbiotics.com/GGE with code GGE. And Faye Nutrition. See a registered dietitian for as little as $0 a month at faynutrition.com/GGE. And finally, Quince. Get free shipping and 365-day returns on your next order at quince.com/GGE.
Yes, and thank you to Symbiotica. Get 20% off and free shipping at symbiotica.com/girlsgottaeat. And Tonal. Get $200 off your purchase at tonal.com with code GGE.
So we have something exciting for you guys. Ashley and I, if you're new here, own a sexual wellness brand, Vibes Only. It's a line of incredible sex toys. They're all Bluetooth connected to our amazing app. And in the app is not only remote control, but tons of erotic audio you guys can listen to. So we have a giveaway for you. We are giving away for 3 lucky winners. Starting today, the giveaway lasts 1 week. We'll announce the winners next week. But we are giving 3 lucky winners our juiced up water-based lube. Used it last night. Can't say enough good stuff about it.
Oh my God. I haven't even heard, you guys.
And our Poppy Palm Vibe vibrator. We are really proud of this one. It is a solo vibrator or for partner play. Fits in the palm of your hand. There's a nice finger grip handle. If you guys are watching on YouTube, you can see it. Nice squishy texture. It's one of my favorites.
It's so
just in
good.
general.
There's nothing like it.
So 3 people, we are giving away that package. All you have to do is go on Google or the App Store, review the app. That's all we need you to do. Just let us know your honest review. Listen, make it nice.
Honest, leave us a nice
Honest
review.
but nice. Review, screenshot that, and just email it to hello@vibesonly.com. We're going to enter you to win 3 winners. That's a huge amount of chances. 3. It's a value of $100, over $100.
Yeah.
We'll pick the winner next Monday. So lots of opportunities to get in there. And then if you forget this email address, go to Vibes Only on Instagram, and it's all there.
Yes, the instructions too. If you missed any of that, will be on our Instagram at Vibes Only, like Rayna said. You think I should do a story for the app now with this voice? If someone has a flu kink,
Yeah, like a sick, a helpless
like when you're
sick
starting to
person
come,
kink.
you just start coughing.
You gotta get like the phlegmy cough. You gotta get that. Don't spit for a while.
I have not had sex in so long.
I was wondering if you guys
I have
were
not
fucking.
ridden my fiance or the Peloton in so long. I miss them both so much.
I actually thought about asking you if you guys been having sex, and then I was
No.
like, now's not the time, Rayna.
Yeah, there's no chance. Like I really don't have my full energy back by any stretch. Like he's pretty much full recovery, and I'm like, fuck you. You just left me.
here.
You've left me here. You're back at work. I don't know. Like, I feel like fatigued.
You can't even lay there and take it.
Like, I can't. I feel like I would start coughing in his face.
Yeah. I showed a lot of restraint not asking you. I was like, I'll respect their privacy at the time.
Yeah.
They've been going through it. I'm not going to be like, also, are you having sex? You guys don't seem like you're fucking, are you?
No, not even close.
Okay, so speaking of fucking, I have like a bunch of stuff to tell you.
Okay.
Tessa's already laughing. So I had promised myself that I was going to like go on dating apps, and I was like, I just complain about being single. So I downloaded a dating app. I just wasn't like having the best time on it. The conversations are a little polite. And one of our girlfriends, this is not an ad, one of our girlfriends has been using Field. And we had the founder Field on our show previously, and she is wonderful. And it started off as an app essentially to express your kinks, your desires, alternative relationships, like ethical non-monogamy, or if you're looking for a third, things like that. But our friend has been using it, and she's like, I'm just meeting great people. She's like, I'm just having like fun, light conversations with people. And so I was like, all right, let me check this out. So I made a profile. You can use a fake name. A lot of people use fake names. I used my fake name that I use for Uber. I chose 3 photos, and I was like, this is like so much less serious. People are on here to like be sexy. So I did my lead photo is me and Chaps at our Denver show.
Perfect.
So just like some sexy photos.
Yeah.
And then I was like, let me just,
No one's trying to be wholesome on Field.
well, I was also reading people's profiles. And so
Maybe they are, so I don't
Yeah.
know. No offense.
some are. Some profiles are like,
Okay.
our friend said that some guy messaged her and was like, I'm going to break every chair in the world so you have to sit on my face. And I was like, okay, so there are like, some of this is very heavily sexual.
When I say the wholesome thing, I say it as a compliment. Like, it's like less of that politeness, like you said.
Yes.
Yeah, like these people aren't vanilla. They just aren't, or they wouldn't be on this app.
Yes.
They don't have to be top level kink, non-monogamy, all of that, but at least they're a little spicier than the people on the other ones.
Well, it's interesting. I've seen all the same people on both apps, and I'm really enjoying seeing their profiles on
like comparing
Field because they're just like lighter, and you don't list your height, you don't list your occupation. And I wrote a short profile. My profile is really, it's 5 sentences. It's just like, I'm on here.
Let's fuck.
No, mine says like I'm looking for like mine says I'm looking for a partner, but I'm happy to have fun, see where things take us. I said something like, I'm not looking to be a third in your couple, but whatever. I looked at light. So I just start like messaging guys. I'm on here for 5 minutes. Actually, I downloaded this app 36 hours ago.
Okay.
I have 1,233 likes.
What?
109 messages. 36 hours.
Should I get on this?
Yes. You're not fucking at home. Get on this app.
No, I'm kidding.
And the message.
Should we get on this?
Yeah, you guys looking for a third? And everybody is so sexy. You can see how far away they are from you. The conversations I'm having on here are like so much more fun. So I met with this guy last night, and my opening line to him was, "You have a sexy smile." Like,
perfect.
I just wouldn't say that to people on other dating apps.
You
like,
say it to them in
feels-
person though, so that's your vibe.
Yeah, it's my vibe, but I don't know. Other dating apps feel more like polite. Like, how's your day going? Hey, Rayna, how are you today?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what? So I said,
You have a sexy smile.
I said, you have a sexy smile. And he wrote back, I'm not a big fan of country music, but you could convert me in those chaps. And off to the races we went. And we had like a nice conversation.
Yeah.
And I told you, so height is not on here. I put my height on it. I put my height in the profile. I just said I was like 5'2", which is a lie, but
Not Rayna lied about her height. Why are you just a dude? Not you adding 2 inches like every man on the dating apps. Oh my God.
I said I'm a Gemini, I'm 5'2", and people think I'm funny. That's my profile. So I just like really enjoyed it. It's like lighter.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to get over this that quickly. I'm dead. What if someone called you out? I'm sorry. Did you say you were 5'2"? Because you're giving 5 feet, and I don't know if I can
show up in heels. I will be 5'2" though. No
That's
man
true.
is showing up 2 inches taller.
Exactly.
Like I want them to know what height I'm showing up as.
Exactly. So
Thank
it's not
you.
a lie.
Yeah.
I will be 5'2" on our date.
Yes, that's what's important.
Yeah.
And then I'm on my back.
Okay.
So everybody's the same height.
Oh
I'm having the time of my life. And because people's heights aren't on here, like this one guy that I went out with, I'm just like, I probably would have swiped past him because I'm a heightist. And that's stupid. Because when you and I go out to bars and people approach me, I'm never like 5'9", next.
Yeah.
But when I'm on dating apps, listen, I think I'm cute. I'm an LA 6, but I swipe with the energy of a 25. I'm just like, ooh, gross, next, short, probably
You
poor.
swipe like you're back in Pittsburgh.
Yes.
Swiping like you're in Pittsburgh and LA. No offense.
I swipe with the energy of Giselle. It is crazy the way I'm out here judging people. I'm just like sick, ooh, short, next. But like, I just probably would have swiped right past this person who was just like, stay tuned until next week. But so far,
He's so hot.
yeah, he's really hot.
He's not 5'4".
He said he was 5'11", which I'm pretty sure is a lie.
Well, you lied to. We both had a 2
We
inch.
started our relationship up on a lie. But okay, I want to tell you about this thing that happened because I can't remember if we've ever talked about this in the podcast, but so we went out to this restaurant last night, which I like going out to in Venice, and there's like a big bar, and I assumed we'll sit at the bar. So we're in outfit to sit at the bar. Like, you don't wear your standing jeans, you wear your sitting jeans, which is fine. But then he was like, there's actually this like speakeasy around the corner from the restaurant. Would you like want to go there? And I was like, yeah, that sounds fun. So we like went in there, and all the seating are low couches. And I was just like, no one's body is built for that on a first date. Like,
This is what you have to wear to that.
Yes.
What we're wearing to record in.
Yes.
I hate a low couch.
a low couch on a first date. My fupa is just pouring out of my pants.
My knees are in my chest.
Yes.
Like, this is me. I'm like this.
Yes.
And then try to serve me some food.
You're doing the crab walk. I gotta show you what I wore too. Like, this is not an outfit that was built for a couch.
No, it's Soho House. They're like, would you like to sit on the floor?
Oh, I know. Totally.
Every seat at Soho House is 3 inches off the
They're
floor.
like, just sit under the table, actually, ma'am.
Yeah.
So last night I wore these jeans. They're kind of high-waisted and then like an open front
that's
shirt.
so cute.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So that's not an outfit that's built to sit on the floor. I had a muffin top at my rib cage. And it was uncomfortable. And here's the other thing about couches on a first date. There's no clear boundary between you and the other person. So if you don't want to be touched by that person, you don't want to be like angled in towards each other. Like, I want a chair. I wanted him to touch me. So I like enjoyed the date with him. But if it was like somebody else, like, it's a lot of like close familiarity. You just kind of sink into the middle of the couch together. Otherwise, you're like on opposite ends of the couch.
Yeah, like I want our boundaries to be defined on a first date. Like, I went on a first date with that guy, that matchmaker, and he was already seated when I got there in like a big round booth. And I was like, where the fuck do I sit?
Yeah.
And I sat far away because we're strangers. Yeah. Like, I kind of sat on the other side. That's so far.
Which is so weird.
And then we did start to vibe. And then I'm like, do I scooch now? I'm not going to sit next to you in the booth. The round booth.
And then where do they put their arms? Like, he had his arm like up on the couch, and it was sort of like behind me a little bit, and he kept like touching my hair a little bit. I didn't mind it. Like, I liked it, but like, I wanted him to touch me. Another person, I would have been like, can you back up a little?
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know. It's uncomfortable. And a friend of mine once told me she went on a picnic for her first date.
No.
On the ground.
It's giving Tessa. Guys, Tessa had a guy ask her to go pick up trash on the beach. And I love a community service effort. First date, let's not pick up trash. It's giving community service. Do you have a DUI? Why do you need me to do this with you?
Do you think that's what it is? Do you think this is like performative helping?
I want to tread lightly because we need people to pick up this fucking trash on the beach. These our beaches are fucked. So more power to him. But first date, you guys have not met. A stranger was like, hey, you know what I think would be fun? Let's go pick up trash on the beach. And then what did he say? After the rain, it'll be even more trash to pick up. I think he's just a trash kink.
So I've oscillated throughout the years about like first date activities. And I think especially in LA, you have a lot of people that are sober, that don't drink. Like, even this guy I was with last night was like, I don't really drink that much. I'll like drink on a date, but like I would never like drink at home. Like, I think a lot of people in LA don't really drink. So they're looking for non-drinking activities. And I'm fine, of course, to like, I want to like sit across from you and have a coffee. I don't need to like clean up trash, like a volunteer thing on the beach. Some people might like it.
I really like any sort of volunteer effort, trash or otherwise, on a date. But like a first date, asking a woman to go pick up trash, it's not hitting.
Like, what are you gonna wear to pick up the trash?
An orange vest. As someone who had to pick up trash, court mandated.
Like, do you wear a bikini top? What if the trash gets on your stomach and then you get
so
a
dead.
trash rash?
Tessa shows up in like a sexy bikini. She's like, I thought we were doing a beach thing. He's like, here's your fluorescent, here's your high vis vest and your trash picker.
Do you think he would have brought those claws to pick up?
That's what I'm saying. Tez's dating life. Both of you right now are, I want to say, on fire. You two are on fire. The guy is not so sure. Also, by the way, people probably think I sound so awful, and I do. And I wouldn't be here if I was contagious. I am no longer testing positive. I just have a lingering cough, which I think we can all understand. Plus, Rayna said the flu shot, so.
Do you think people were like, save Rayna? She's not safe that close to Ashley.
People get weird about it. I mean, I feel like ever since COVID, people are like, how could you? And it's just like, I did my time.
You're much more than me. Like, I'm always like, yeah, I'll be around people. I don't care. Yeah, I'm sick. I'll go out. Yeah, you're sick. I'll go out. Like, you're the one that is like, I don't want to get people sick.
It used to be way more acceptable to be sick and out.
I mean, I was sick.
It was admirable.
Do you remember I was sick for years that one time?
It was admirable to be working, performing, doing whatever, fucking hacking up along. Someone's like, they are strong.
Grind.
And
at
then
any
2020
cost.
happened, and it was like, you're an asshole.
Okay, but do you remember like when you couldn't sneeze in public? Oh, when I sneeze in public now, oh, it feels so nice.
Okay, I want to hear more about.
I think that's all I have to say about him.
Oh no. How did it? Anything else? How did it go?
It was great. We had a lot of fun.
You said you used the lube, bitch. You can't just tease the audience and me like that.
Yeah, I'll tell you offline.
Okay. It ended well.
Yeah, we had a good time. It was
You were
a
the
good time.
same height laying down.
Yeah, we were. He was like, "Are you gonna talk about this?" I was like, "I would never."
Oh my God.
You should have heard the speech I gave him about privacy. And listen, this is just a person in the world. You guys don't know who this is, so who cares? I only said nice things about him.
He's hot. He does have a sexy smile. I will say that. You were not lying.
Okay, so what else? Do you have anything else to talk about?
What have I got going on? Do you have anything else to talk about? Yeah, I have such a wild week. Yeah, fuck it. I'll promote my tour. Haven't done it in a while. You guys take pity on me and buy tickets to my tour. I survived the flu 2025. I lived to tell the tale.
Maybe you'll write some jokes
I'm
about
doing
it.
1 whole hour on the flu. Come watch me drag the flu. So yeah, if you guys, I'm going on tour on April 4th. It's called the Sex Before Marriage Tour. I'm starting in Chicago. There's only a few tickets left to my 3rd show in Chicago. And then I'll be in Phoenix, Miami, Tampa, Salt Lake City, Pasadena, Portland, Oregon, Washington, D.C., Toronto. Toronto is pretty much sold out. Denver, then here in LA, Charlotte, Atlanta, San Diego, San Francisco. Rayna Greenberg might be at one of those dates.
Maybe.
Early on.
Listen, I was watching our videos this morning from the tour, and I got the itch. Maybe we'll go back on tour.
Well, yeah, so grab tickets, ashhess.com. Again, a lot of these shows are like almost sold out. So get them now. And then I'm doing a couple shows in New York at the end of March. I've posted about that as well. Like link in my bio on Instagram. That's Ash Hess. I promise I won't cough on you.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. You
Maybe
never know.
Maybe somebody likes that.
If that's your kink, if you have a flu kink. So yeah, let's talk about our partners and then we will get into it.
Okay, so we have a newer partner. Does anybody else struggle with health goals? Obviously, I want to succeed, but sometimes it's difficult to find the motivation without someone supporting me and keeping me accountable. And that is why I am excited that we are partnering with Faye. Could your relationship with food use an upgrade? Faye is a revolutionary platform that connects you with your own registered dietitian, making expert nutrition guidance accessible and affordable. So whether you are looking for help losing weight, improving your general health, which we love, managing a health condition, Faye has a dietitian that's right for you. And the best part, all dietitians on Faye accept insurance with over 700 plus insurance plans accepted. So you'll likely pay $0 out of pocket. So I always thought that a dietitian was just kind of like outside the budget. And I didn't know they took insurance. So I love all this. And I think for me, it's not about like losing weight. It's just like, how do you be healthy and make that sustainable? How do you make like better choices for what you put in your body every single day and like make it delicious and fun and exciting for yourself? And if you're kind of tired of this one size fits all diet plan and generic nutrition advice, the dietitians at Faye work with you one-on-one to create a customized program tailored specifically to your needs, which is fantastic. 93% of Faye clients reported an improved relationship with food and 85% reached their target weight. It's super easy to sign up. There's a huge network of registered dietitians. Again, so whatever you're kind of looking to do, they have people that specialize in 30 areas. So it's not just weight loss, it's sports nutrition, it's women's health with PCOS and postpartum, which I love. It's gut health. So whatever you're looking to focus on, they do have a lot of different options. You can achieve lasting results with the help of a registered dietitian through Faye. Listeners of Girls Gotta Eat can qualify to see a registered dietitian for as little as $0 by visiting faynutrition.com/GGE. That's faynutrition.com/GGE. One last time, faynutrition.com/GGE, and make sure you use our URL so that they know that we sent you.
Okay, I'm telling you guys about Tonal. I think this is such an incredible thing you can have in your home to get your workout in. I also just want to talk about how important it is to do strength training, especially whatever type of body you have. But like, I just think that women, sometimes are scared to like do anything with like weights. And I just think no matter what, like building muscle is going to keep you like lean and healthy and all those things. And it's just so important to do strength training. And this is a great way to get it in at home. Tonal's at-home strength training system uses adaptive weight to learn from your movement and set the optimal weight for every move. So it's very smart. We love that. It is the world's smartest workout. It effortlessly fits into the busiest lifestyle. And I'm going to try to explain it, but you guys can go to their website and see. So it is this workout equipment. It goes on a wall. It's just set up to really do all types of workouts, like on the floor. You can get your upper body, your lower body, your abs. I mean, they have different types of workouts like Pilates and drop sets and high intensity, cardio, yoga, mobility, boxing. You can really choose, and then you're going to go through that. It has a screen as well for those workout classes. And then again, it's going to adjust in 1 pound increments with adaptive weight that now goes up to 250 pounds. Challenging even the most advanced users to push their limits. There are these Aero HIIT workouts, perfect blend of heart pumping cardio and strength, and a new built-in Smart View leverages a high-resolution camera that lets you see yourself during your workout, analyzes your movements, and provides real-time coaching, just like a personal trainer. I mean, it feels like it's from the future. Like, it's really just so incredible. And again, it's just in your home. You never have to leave the home. And you guys can check it out. It's like you're getting a full gym experience just, again, in your home. So right now, Tonal is offering our listeners $200 off your Tonal purchase with promo code GGE. That's tonal.com and use promo code GGE for $200 off your purchase. That's tonal.com, promo code GGE for $200 off.
Okay, and I know we've all tried to feel good after a night of drinks, and I found something that actually works. It's a pre-alcohol probiotic from the brand ZBiotics. So after a night of drinks, I don't really bounce back like I used to. And I didn't want to have to choose between a great night out or a great next day. So I found ZBiotics. It's a pre-alcohol probiotic. It helps your body break down alcohol's toxic byproducts so you feel better the next day. So when you drink, alcohol converts into a toxic byproduct in the gut, and it's that byproduct, not dehydration, that are to blame for the rough next day. And this is a proactive way to help the next day instead of a reactive approach. I mean, once the damage is done for me without this, that's it. Day is gone, 24 hours. I just like eat bad. I'm foggy. I can't show up the way I want to. And I don't want to live like that. I want to have like a nice night out and a good next day. So every time I have pre-alcohol before I drink, I notice a difference the next day. Even after a night out, I can confidently plan on the day, working out without worry. And admittedly, I was skeptical about ZBiotics, but really, I tried it. It's great. Don't let anyone rain on your St. Patrick's Day parade. Grab pre-alcohol before you celebrate and keep the festivities going strong. Go to zbiotics.com/GGE to learn more and get 15% off your first order when you use GGE at checkout. ZBiotics is backed with a 100% money-back guarantee, so if you're unsatisfied for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. Remember to head to zbiotics.com/GGE and use the code GGE at checkout for 15% off. Thank you, ZBiotics, for sponsoring this episode and our good times.
Okay, let's get into it.
All right, guys, we are very excited to welcome a special guest today. He is the author of Heartbreak Love, From the Dizzying Highs of New Romance to the Gut Punch of Heartbreak. He captures the full spectrum of love with raw, relatable poetry. He's also the...
Not poetry, but you hit it. You said it with your chest.
Well, it's not every day a man writes a poetry book, and we'll get to it.
Shel Silverstein over here.
He's also the host of the Pals podcast. Please welcome to the show, Ricky Liorti.
Ladies, thanks for having me. I appreciate you.
Thank you for being
I
here.
feel like this is a couple years in the making.
Yeah, it really is. Since 2022. August 22.
So he's a former celebrity of the show. What would you call him?
Infamous.
Yeah, infamous.
Infamous mention.
There we go. Yeah.
Okay, do you want to talk about how you found him and then what happened?
Yeah, it just came up on my TikTok in 2022, and it was this like very.
You're my target audience. Yeah.
Yeah, right. I was like, it was this very good-looking guy talking about like, I can't get a date to a wedding, and I was like, fuck all the way off. I can't get a date to a wedding. You can get a date to a wedding. No, I'm kidding. But I kind of went on this rant about, oh, these guys, these poor me hot guys, they can't get a date. And so tell us about that TikTok and what inspired it. And then we'll play your rebuttal.
Yeah. So I was, I got invited to a wedding, just didn't have a date to go with, right? I didn't have anybody. And I asked like a couple people close to me and they just said no. So I made them like, hey, don't have a wedding date. Like, anybody want to go to a wedding kind of thing. Like, I made it playfully. Did I think it was going to go viral? Like, maybe not. You don't think it's going to go mega viral. It did. Obviously, you guys saw it, which is really funny. But I did it more just out of like fun. It's like cheeky. Yeah. My content's meant to be cheeky and relatable. It's meant to know people like dating isn't easy, whether you're attractive, unattractive, smart, stupid, rich, poor. Like everybody struggles with dating. So I made that, and I've had a couple other ones similar to that went mega viral too.
So did you ever get a wedding date to that wedding?
No, the bride messaged me saying, hey, I don't appreciate that you
are fishing for strangers on the internet.
So my buddy messaged me. He's like, yo, do you mind just not bringing a date? I was like, yeah, I completely get it. So I ended up taking a random stranger out for dinner like 2 weeks later.
Okay, I'm trying to put myself in these shoes. Every bride is different. I'm a bride to be. And I mean, now that I'm starting to understand what wedding costs, I understand what it costs.
I would pay for it. The booster covers it.
Yeah, but no one's going to say, like, write me a check.
Yeah. Yes. But yes, like, it's very funny. A flex from you would have been like, I'll Venmo you. What's the cost per person? Because it's like $300-$400, like all in, But it just depends because Lee's wedding, like day of, she was like, I gave you a +1. If you find some dude on Bumble, bring him tonight. Like everybody's so different. So I can see both sides of a bride being like, can you not bring a random to the wedding?
It depends how much money you have.
And also how big the wedding
is.
is.
Where do you live? How big is the wedding? How old are we? I'm not traveling to a wedding in my 30s without a date. That's silly. But if somebody's like, I can't afford it.
Really?
Like,
you wouldn't travel to
it's not my
wedding?
dream. But if somebody said I can't afford for you to bring a date, a random stranger you met, then I'd also understand that.
I think it was just because it was a smaller wedding and they didn't want to make like a big.
It
like
was
a
smaller.
Yeah,
Okay.
so they didn't want to make a random stranger, which I completely get.
Totally.
I was like, hey, my bad. Like,
Right, like-
this is not my day. It's not my day at all. I would hate to fucking put even a mini stain on someone's wedding day for like no reason.
You were friends with the guy or
The guy.
I am dead that girl. The
bride
bride
got
saw
involved?
that TikTok and
Everybody saw it.
Their conversation.
Everybody saw it.
Conversation between the two of them, and she's like, "You gotta talk to him."
Yeah.
Like,
So it was fine. But wait, so you wouldn't travel to a wedding alone?
So let me qualify that. Of course I would and I have, but it's not my dream. I think that like if you have a destination wedding and you invite adults, it's nice to invite an adult with a date. And if I've gone to weddings by myself where I've traveled and I've spent a lot of money to travel, and then if I don't know a lot of people, the weekend before I met her, I went to Boston for this wedding and I didn't get invited with a date and I didn't really know anybody there. And it was just a bummer. It sucked to spend the weekend like that.
See, I always get a +1 and I haven't brought a +1 to a wedding in years. And then we just had a wedding this past summer. My best friend got married. That's actually how we know each other, same group of friends. And I got a +1. I didn't bring one because I'm just like, hey, if I bring one to a good friend's wedding, so it doubles my booster cost, the cash in the envelope you got to give.
Yeah.
Then the hotel, obviously they're going to stay with me. I can't make them pay for it. I'm going
Right.
to pay for it. Okay, what about, do I pay for flights? Do I not pay for flights? Because it's a vacation. Then do I pay for everything? Which I'm the type of guy that when I bring a woman somewhere, I'm going to pay for everything anyway. So now I'm like, I just doubled my cost on this week-long Greece
totally.
trip.
And your friends are there.
Yeah, and it's like I have friends. Like, and what if I meet somebody too? Like, again, I'm
also
probably not
that.
gonna meet someone at a small wedding in like bumfuck nowhere Greece, but you never know.
Maybe.
You never know.
I've been to so many weddings alone. All my college girlfriends, every single one.
Yeah.
But like, they're my close friends. I know a lot of people there. It's tough. Like that wedding you went to, it was like you didn't know many people and you're like here alone, but you also wouldn't have brought a random person.
But like,
Yeah.
why even go then if you don't know a lot of people and like you don't care about the person that much? If it's far away,
I
Unless you're
didn't
good
care
friend.
about her. She's one of my closest friends from college. I just
And
didn't
you-
really know a lot of people in the wedding. I mean,
Wow,
we got
okay.
married. She got married 10 years after college.
Okay. Also, there is a woman in the room, and because you like motioned over, so just letting everybody know that you have a friend here with you. You
Yeah.
guys do not hook up.
We do
but
not
you are
hook up.
both
We are just
single
friends.
and straight.
And we travel together.
and both
Yeah.
hot.
Yeah.
And you
she-
travel together.
Also, before you got here, she was like, "We should go to Rodeo Drive. You should buy me something." And I was like, "Are you guys dating?" And
No,
you both
no,
were
just
like,
friends. But
"No."
we love her. Shout out Vicky.
Shout out to Vicky.
Yeah, she's great.
No, Vicky's great.
So one of my best friends that I do the podcast with, Danielle, is her best friend. So like our whole group of friends, like we all travel together. Like ironically, another one of our good friends, this girl Nicole, when we were in Greece a couple of years ago, a big group of us, I ended up wanting to go to Portugal after I wasn't ready to go home. And she's like, yeah, I'll come to Portugal with you.
Yeah.
So we ended up going
Yes,
to Portugal
person.
for 3 days.
I mean, I love this. And we stand firmly that men and women can just be friends. We're just, fucking with
100%.
you guys. But
I've slept with
100%.
most of my guy friends, but now we're friends. Now we're just friends.
So I've slept with some of my female friends as well, and it's not weird at all. It's like,
Right.
once you're that close with somebody too, it's like you're just friends. There's a clear divide. Like, what if you're drunk? It's like, no, sometimes you're just fucking friends.
You just get it out of the way. Okay, so I want to wrap up the story,
Yes.
and then we'll explain why you
Yeah.
talk about
so
dating. in general.
I want to play your rebuttal, and then I want to ask you why you can't get a date to a wedding. Okay.
Well, I recently got featured on a podcast. They didn't mention me, but they just basically called out my TikToks and talked shit about me and kind of roasted me. But the way they roasted me is just, you gotta listen.
Poor me, just a cool guy that can't get a date. It's like you could walk in anywhere and the panties would just throw themselves at you. Suck that guy's dick in front of my dad. I know.
That was the best one. So the best is that even I was like, sorry, Dad, I'm trying to do something here. I'm like,
Wait, hold on. No,
I
you're right. You're right.
died.
Let me play it to the end.
I would pick my face up off that guy's dick and be like, Dad, I'm trying to do something here. Yeah.
Thank you for reminding me that was at the
It's
end.
so funny. Like literally, I remember reading the message I got from like my friend who told me about it. And she's like, Ricky, like, I don't know how to really say this, but you kind of got roasted, but also in the best
In a good
possible
way.
way.
Yeah.
I'm like, how is that possible? She's like, it's the best backhanded compliment you'll ever get in your entire life. And I was like, okay, send me the clip. She sends it to me. I'm just like, yeah, I'm taking this as a
I'm
compliment for
flattered.
sure. Yeah, it was really funny though. Yeah.
I'm really proud of myself. That was funny. That was really funny. So you talk about dating. How did you get into that?
So I made TikToks during COVID, like majority of people did.
Yeah.
I had an app with two of my best friends. We were traveling the States, like promoting this app. And the boyfriend application came out. That was like a big TikTok trend at the time.
Yep.
I made it, and like I had a couple TikToks go viral, but nothing crazy. I had maybe, I don't know, 20, 30,000 followers on TikTok. Again, nothing out of the ordinary. I posted the video. I was in Houston, Texas at the time. I posted it, 5 o'clock. And when I woke up the next morning, like my phone's just like blowing up, literally. Like every notification is just 99 comments, 99 new followers, 99 likes. Like everything's 99 Instagram. I checked, I gained like probably 10,000 followers overnight, maybe 20,000 followers overnight. The video did 2 million views like overnight. And it was just insane. I have like random blogs reaching out to me. It's like, hey, like we want to talk to you about this dating app. I'm like, I'm just a normal fucking dude.
From
like,
doing that dating application like viral trend.
Yeah, doing enough trend. It's not even my trend. I didn't even make it.
Yeah,
Like,
I remember
just
that
took it.
trend.
I do too.
Yeah, so I did that, and then I'm obviously single. I've been single for a long time. So I just talk about, cheeky, relatable dating content that, makes people feel like they're heard, they're seen, and I've just been talking about a lot, and it's kind of related to people, so I keep doing it, and yeah, I guess I'll stop doing it when I'm in a relationship. Maybe I'll just delete TikTok and Instagram one day too. I got
Talk
no
about your
problem with that.
relationship. You know?
So we'll talk about your book too and why you wrote it and the motivation, but do you want to be in a relationship? Like what's your dating history? I hate to say why are you single? I hate that question.
No, it's fair. I appreciate
But do you
you.
want to be single?
I want to meet my person,
Yeah.
but I'm not willing to sacrifice the current life I have for someone who's not.
Okay.
I've always been in long-term relationships my whole life. I've had 2 4-year relationships, a 3-year relationship, a 2-year relationship.
So you can commit.
Oh,
we like
yeah.
to hear it.
I've been in long-term relationships.
how
This is
old
all,
are
I'm 34.
Okay.
So this is all prior to social media though. So all my long relationships before I did any social media, broke up with my ex right before COVID. COVID happens. Like I literally broke up a week before COVID, I think. And I'm like, I was traveling. I got back, quarantine happened. She's like, I need to see you. I was like, this is a sign from fucking God that we are not meant to be together, literally. So broke up. I was single for, 4 years. Then I started doing this whole TikTok thing, social media, whatever. Met my ex last year around this time. We dated for, a hot minute. Then that's kind of what led to the book. And she was long distance. She's actually from LA.
And you're from Toronto, just
Yeah.
in case people are like,
Yeah,
where's
so
the
it was a
accent
long
from?
distance relationship. But again, she travels a lot. I travel a lot. Like our first date was like a marathon 3-day date. It was probably one of the best dates I've ever been on. So yeah, after we broke up, wrote the book. But yeah, I always said this. I would love to be in a relationship, but I'm not willing to sacrifice my happiness and the life I currently have for someone who might not be it.
So when you say sacrifice, what are the things you're like, I will not stop doing this?
So when I get in a relationship, it's not just about me anymore. It's not just, hey, I go to work, after work, I go to the gym. After the gym, I get to go meet up with friends. It's just like, hey, you got to make time for your person. Whether it's the daily FaceTime calls that me and my ex used to have, or
Totally.
maybe it's, hey, making time for phone calls or date nights, or, you know, being there for them, whatever it is. Like, I can't be going out to the bars 2 to 3 nights a week with my buddies just for casual drinks to hang out with them. Like, you have to make sacrifices when you're in a relationship. And right now, there's nobody in my life that I've wanted to make sacrifices for. I met my ex, literally, our first date, I was like, yeah, cool, I'm ready. I'm like, cool, we deleting social media tomorrow, I'm down. Like, not actually, but you know what I mean.
But I want to hone in on this, like sacrificing your lifestyle, like, and also when you meet the right person, you don't consider it sacrifice. I mean, that people interpret that word in a multitude of different ways. But I just like what you're saying, and I feel like I really felt like this prior to meeting my partner. Rayna feels like this. Like, your life is great and it's fun. And it sounds like you do whatever the fuck you want all the time. It sounds like your life is really full. You're talking about the travel. And again, work, gym, go out with my friends. Like, you need to make time for someone else and give those things up. And if it's the right person, you'll be happy to do it. But I just really respect you talking about it in a way that we talk about it. When we're like, I don't have the, like, when I decided I wanted a partner, I literally felt like I had to make space. Like, I had to make some changes and make space in my life because there was none.
Yeah, like this weekend's the best example. I think this was not a planned thing that was like a month in advance or 2 months in advance, like most people's, 4-day holidays. This is 2 straight single people traveling together. In what world would that be okay if you had a partner?
Couldn't be me.
So again, I would have to sacrifice this LA trip if my future partner didn't have vacation days or the time or the energy or
just
the
traveling
wants.
on the fly
Yeah,
in general.
Like, this is my, 5th vacation this year. And we're 6 weeks into the year.
Yeah, 100%.
There's times where like I send friends flowers because they're having a bad day. Like female friends flowers. Like, okay, if you have a partner, you might not be able to do some of those things.
Totally.
Like when I go with some of my female friends, like I'll pick up the bill just because I can. Well, imagine your boyfriend's paying for some other woman's dinner. Like maybe not. So there are sacrifices you need to make. I think when you meet the right person, they don't feel like sacrifices.
Totally.
Like again, my ex, when we started dating, I was just like, yeah, cool. Like I was on a bachelor party in Arizona. Instead of flying home, I literally just flew over here for 2 days.
Love it.
Just to see her and then flew back home from there. Hey, a little sacrifice, but I didn't care. I didn't think about it as a sacrifice because I was so excited to see her.
Totally.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you, like, it sounds like you have a very full life. It's busy. You've mentioned like 4 different trips since you got here, Vegas and Dallas. And it sounds like you do a lot. And you get up, you work out, you're doing Venice Run Club tomorrow.
Woohoo.
So when you meet somebody, how important is it to you to feel like they fold into that and do it with you versus like don't have similar interests and hobbies?
My future partner will have majority, if not all, the same interests I have. Obviously not all, that would be tough. But if they don't like fitness, I always said my future partner has to be fit. And fit can look many different ways physically, but they have to enjoy doing
fitness.
physical activities, whether it's biking, running, swimming, workout classes, gym. I don't care what it is. I love it. It's so part of my life. Imagine if I dated someone who didn't and wouldn't understand the fact that I need to go every single day for my mental health and because I'm fucking vain too. Like, it's called I am. So I want to look good. So I have to go every day. One of my exes wasn't as into it as I was. And I remember one night I was at work late and she was coming over for dinner. I'm like, hey, I'm going to be 30 minutes late. She's like, why? I'm like, I have to go to the gym. She's like, no, just skip the gym today. I was like, I can't. She's like, why? I'm like, because you don't understand this, but I need to. She's like, why do you need to? I was like, look, you don't get this like I do. I have to for my mental health. So I think my future partner will have a lot of the same similarities and interests that I have. And even, I said this recently too, one of my dating prompts when I used to have dating apps was, what's your ideal Sunday look like? And I'm like, wake up, do a half marathon, go for a boozy brunch, meet up with our friends, go get pizza, and then like binge watch Harry Potter. And a lady, she comments, she's like, this sounds like hell, but she liked the comment. And I had to X her. And she was stunning, gorgeous. But I'm just like, if you don't like that, if my ideal Sunday sounds like hell to you, this has no chance of working.
Right.
It's layered. Like, it sounds like the person that you were talking about not only didn't do those things, she also didn't understand why you had to. Yeah. And I think that we don't have to do every single thing in common with our partners, but we should be able to at least let them have space to do those things. And it depends on how much of a lifestyle it is.
So someone said this, like, what if your person doesn't want to do this, but gives you the space to do it? And I'm like, I understand that, but Sundays to me are like one of my favorite days of the week.
Yeah.
If I don't want to spend my Sunday with you, what the fuck is the point of this?
Totally.
I mean,
like literally.
I see a world in which some women wouldn't like the regiment. Like it might not be for me. I'm super into
think
fitness.
majority of women
but
wouldn't like
in
that.
terms of like you can't skip a day, that might not be the type of guy I would want. But there's plenty of women out there, and you just can't be with somebody who isn't going to do those things. Like, we have a guy friend, Rob, and he's like really into cycling, and he was like never going to be with a woman who didn't want to do that. You know, they were on their honeymoon cycling around France. You know, like he's like, I'm not going to be with a girl who doesn't want to cycle and like doesn't want to do these outdoorsy things because he's so passionate about it, he wants to do it with his partner. You know,
for me, one of my favorite things is, and I always say this, I'm never home. Like, actually, like, I wake up, I leave my condo or my parents' house, wherever I was the night before. I'll wake up at 6 a.m., 6:30. I'm at the gym. Then I go to work all day. After work, I book things to do because I enjoy doing things. If you're the type of person that after work, you want to go home and cook dinner and binge watch whatever is on Netflix, like, yo, I love that for you. And that's amazing. And that's great. You're just not my person. I can't see myself doing that 4 days a week. I can't.
What do you do?
Well, I own a pickleball team, so like I play pickleball once a week. I do workout classes. I have the podcast.
Okay.
I travel, every 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
There's always something to do. And then there's the influencer events that we get invited to which are like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I have random people that come with me to these things. And then there was like, people I'm kind of interested in that don't want to do any of these things. I'm like, okay, how would this fucking work?
Totally.
I'm inviting other people to these things that I would want to do with you. Like, or I'm going to stop doing them myself and then I'm going to lose myself. And that's not fun either.
It sounds like your life is really full, and I would give different advice to different people. It doesn't seem like you're complaining about being single.
Oh, no.
If you were like, I've tried everything and I can't find anybody, and I'd say, well, who are you searching for? And you'd say, well, I want to find exactly the same person as me. I'd say maybe open up your mind a little bit. But it doesn't sound like you're like, I'm so miserable. My happiness is anchored in another person. I really, really want to find somebody right now. We're all allowed to have our own boundaries.
Yeah,
and
like, don't get me wrong. I would love to meet my fucking person. I would love to meet my person and be doing everything I'm doing right now with my person. Okay, but I haven't met them yet. Great. My life out of 100 is a 99 out of 100 right now. I truly believe I'm that level of happiness. I'm missing one. The one person I'm missing is that extra 99 out of 100. Am I going to risk my 99 for someone that might not make me 100? No. But when I meet my one, and I thought I did last year, and it didn't work out, but I'm willing to risk it for that one to complete my happiness level chart, whatever you want to call it.
And you'll probably meet somebody doing those things you love to do. Like, if these women are up Sunday morning running, like, that's your type of person.
Fucking right.
Yeah.
That's why I go to all these stupid singles mixers and run clubs and everyone keeps saying run clubs and pickleball. That's where you meet people. I fucking
You're
play
like, I'll buy
pickleball
a
all the time.
team.
I'm in like 3 run clubs. I haven't met a single fucking person. I'm like, what the hell?
Venice Run Club tomorrow, though.
Venice Run Club, you never know. So there are days where I look, I'm like, fuck, I must be the problem here. Like, there's got to be something. Because, like, but then majority of the time, I'm like, fuck it. My future wife is planning Valentine's Day dinner with some loser right now who's not treating her well. I'm just waiting for her to realize it so we can find each other.
I feel like this sometimes, that your life is so full, it's hard to compete with it. Like, I feel like
you're competing with my life.
You're competing with my life, my friends, my interests, my job, which is great, the travel I do. Like, I don't like axe people quickly, but sometimes I'm just like, if you're not gonna be nice, you're not gonna be intentional, you're not gonna show up when you bye. Like, my life is nice and I don't need to make concessions.
100%. And even on dating apps, and I hate using dating apps as an example because I do like dating apps. I'm not on any really right now. I kind of use them just to like make friends when I travel. But on dating apps, like, people are like, oh, I love to give me travel tips for Europe. I love traveling, blah, blah. And then you go to their Instagram, it's like, you haven't traveled. So it's like, okay, you love to do all these things. And I understand there's boundaries, financial, like, hardships and all these other things. But at the same time, like, if you love to do that, okay, well, like,
prove it.
How are we going to do it if you don't do it on your own? But like, you go to my Instagram, it is an evolution of my dating profile. Like, you go to my Instagram, that's actually who I am.
This is who I am.
I do all these influencer things. I do all these pickleball things. I run all these half marathons. I travel religiously. Like, the only thing that's not on my Instagram is my day job. That's
you have
what
a lot of energy.
Thank you. I appreciate
you. In a great way. Like, you have more than the average person, I think.
Oh, for sure.
Can you think of a woman we know with this much energy? Like, can you think of a woman that will do all this? Because I feel like girls are very like, our whole vibe is, yes, we're all doers. We're all fucking boss bitches, but we like to be lazy.
We have a couple friends that we can talk about offline, but who live in LA that are single, actually, that we could set you up with. But let me ask you, and you too, Ashley, it sounds like you have a lot of interests and hobbies. And I think that can be intimidating to the average person. I think most people are like, I want more friends. I want to do a lot more. But if you met somebody that was like, I don't really have a lot going on, but I'm willing to do the stuff that you like, because the stuff you like sounds good. You teach me to be more like you. I don't mean this in a joking way. Like, if somebody's happy to just kind of go along with what you want to do and open up their heart and their mind to new hobbies. Do you like that?
I think there has to be something already there. I think it can't be starting from ground zero. I think you got to be a fitness girl, or you got to be something. Something's got to be there.
Something's
got to
motivate me on the days I'm not motivated.
Things.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, so for you, Ashley, like, but what if you met somebody? What if Let's pretend you're engaged. But they didn't like really have a lot of interest in hobbies, but they're like, your interests in hobbies sound good. Like, the last person I was in a serious relationship with, I wouldn't say he had a lot of interest in hobbies, but he was excited to learn about the things that I had going on and do those things with me.
Yeah.
So I think that's really nice, like that they get excited to do the things you love to do. But I also think they need to have their own things too.
thing.
It's like you can't just be my shadow. Like nobody
Yes.
wants a shadow.
I think to answer the question, my fiance's life has changed so much since he met me. He's going on tour, he's traveling with me a lot, but like he had so many cool interests and hobbies before I met him, and his friends were super important. And I loved that he had this big friend group, and he's got his like cars and his music and his shoes. And like, I just liked everything he was into and had stuff going on.
You guys have similar interests,
And we do have
hobbies,
similar
and your
interests.
families do too. And like, I am thinking about this last relationship I was in, and like, he was a great buddy to do stuff with. He was positive and excited. He wanted to learn about the stuff that I was into, but I don't know that he was like bringing stuff to the table. Like, I got tickets to this thing. I thought we would like it.
Right.
So if you don't mind me asking, why
Yeah.
didn't it work out?
Difference in lifestyles and goals and
So,
how we
but
wanted
you
to
just
live.
said different in lifestyles.
Yeah, motivations also.
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
again, if
work
he's
is-
someone that just wanted to do what you're doing, and again, there's nothing wrong with people like that either. It's just I can only speak on my behalf. I want someone who's similar to me, like a go-getter who wants to do all these things. If my future partner loves Pilates and I don't fucking know anything about Pilates, she loves it, I will fucking do it with her too. And I will jump onto that because it's still part of that physical fitness
Yep.
and like the idea of going somewhere. I love going to sporting events. I love hockey, basketball, soccer. Let's say she loves, fucking cricket. Let's go to the cricket. Let me get a new
Right.
team.
We can find the
let's do it.
middle
And one of my
ground.
exes, she didn't care about football before she met me. Like we got to pick her favorite team together.
Love it.
Like I bought her a jersey. We'd sit down there, get her into fantasy football. And it was something we did on Sundays, and she was excited about it. And like
That's fun.
now it's still her favorite fucking team. Like 10 years later or something. To me, that's fun. But she had an interest in going to football games, going to do things. So I think it all depends. Like if you have this, I don't want to call it a person born, but if you have someone that's got like a blank slate that
blank
just
canvas,
doesn't have anything, it's tricky. If they've got their base and you're evolving and growing together and compromising with each other, then I think it works.
And I don't think most guys want that. I think if they want a woman that's got nothing going on so she can completely fold into their life and they can control her completely, huge red flag. Every single man we've ever spoken to, all the people on the show, as well as our friends, our brothers, like you want a woman who's got stuff going on. And so that's what we say to single women, like get your things you're passionate about, get a full life because it's attractive.
100%.
I've never heard a guy say like, I just like a girl that's got nothing going on so she can just do my shit.
Even people ask like, where can I find good men these days? It's like, I don't know. What do you like doing?
Right.
Like, well, I
Right.
know there's no good men there. I'm like, you keep doing it, you're gonna find one. You're gonna find someone for you
Right.
doing the things you love. That's why again, I go to these workout classes, I go to these run clubs, I do everything that. Yeah, okay. Obviously, I do certain things alone too, but anytime I get invited to an event that's like fitness and charity related, I like make sure I'm 100% there because those are two things I love: fitness and charity.
Love it.
Anytime I get invited to a sporting event, I'm like, fuck yeah, how can we go? Are there people coming? There's just a group of us? Amazing. We're traveling to the Hamptons next weekend? Fuck yeah, sign me up. Who do I owe money to? Like, those are things I love doing. If I can meet someone doing the things I love, it's going to work.
What's up with Vicky?
Vicky works too much. No, we love Vicky. I'm not her type, actually.
Okay, what's your type, Vicky?
Yeah, Vicky, what like do you
Tall, dark, and
do
handsome.
you like someone with less energy?
Yeah.
Less energy. Okay.
Well, to his point, like I work a lot and like work is a big part of my life. I work in sports.
Okay.
So to your point, I've met a lot of people at work and in that industry because that's where I put all my energy. I feel like
I'm
our
not her
core
type, honestly.
values are a little bit different.
That's totally
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Again, we have guy friends. We same.
I mean, one of our closest guy friends, I mean, him and I, a ton of my guy friends I couldn't ever
They
be
stay
with.
at your house.
Yeah.
Yeah, they stay at my house. They walk around with their shirts off. I would
Yeah.
never, ever be like, maybe I could come in the bedroom with you.
Okay, right now I'm gonna talk to you about him. I can see a woman being like, I won't be able to pin him down. Like
Yeah.
I think women like consistency and stability. And so I think they might be like, it's too much. Like he's here, he's
Oh,
there.
yeah.
And it's not that they don't want to do that. And I'm not saying that they're right in
They're
that
right for
assumption,
them, yeah.
but
And-
like,
and them, they're right.
I
yeah.
think you'd have to prove like, can be consistent and stable and like you can rely on me. Like when I think of you, I think of like, we used to talk about these guys, these like Sagittarius type guys. I don't know what your sign is, but
You can guess.
It sounds Sagittarius, but
are you?
No.
not good. You seem more high functioning.
Also,
these
we're not
days.
that into astrology. I'm just saying, like, we used to joke, like, you can't pin them down. Like, you know, I think most women just want someone they can count on, and you can do both. You can be all over the place, you can travel, you can have all these activities, but at the end of the day, like, there needs to be some stability there too. So
100%.
So I guess it depends on like what your life is full of. Somebody who just travels a lot on a whim all the time, that I could get behind. The pin him down, like if I can't pin him down because he's always on a trip, I'm super behind that. I'll go with you. I'll plan stuff with you. That's really fun. But like lifestyle wise, I had feelings for somebody who's a very outdoorsy person. He likes to mountain bike and snowboard, and I don't like any of those things. That is what he wants to do all the time, constantly. And like, we didn't date, but like, it would have never been an option. I don't like to do any of those things. He's another person. It's hard to quote unquote pin him down, but the person he ended up with is somebody who likes to do those things a lot. She's nothing like me. So
Exactly.
I think she probably likes his brand of can't pin him down, whereas I would fucking hate it.
Yeah.
You're on a mountain every weekend. You're camping every
Fuck that.
weekend.
Yep.
Absolutely not.
And-
But you're on a trip every weekend? Count me in.
And to your idea, like most women would think this, and you are 100% correct. I'm also not looking for most women. I'm looking for a very specific person. I've been single for so long, and I've dated so many like truly amazing women. Like they are perfect for somebody, and I know they are. And so many women I've gone on dates with, and like we had short flings, have met their person, and I'm so happy for them because they're great people. The thing is, they weren't mine. I'm not going to waste anybody's time. And I know so many women that would be great for me, great, but not perfect. I'm not going to waste anybody's time. I'm not going to waste my own time, and I'm not going to settle for great. I'm going to settle for perfect because I believe my perfect person's out there.
Perfect for you.
Perfect for me, my perfect person.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as a perfect person. Everybody's got their flaws, but my perfect person exists.
Okay, we're just going to take a really quick break and then get back into it. I am telling you guys about Symbiotica. I love this so much. I know I, recently was sick, but prior to that, I don't even remember the last time I was. And one of the reasons why I do feel like is because I really keep my immune system healthy. Sometimes they're going to get you no matter what. But outside of that, I mean, I really do consider myself super duper healthy, and I always like to be focusing on my immune support. I take the liposomal vitamin C from Symbiotica every day. It's these little packets. You just rip the top open or cut it open. I squirt it directly into my mouth. It's this vanilla citrus flavor. It's so yummy. I really look forward to taking it every day. I take a lot of their products. I like their super greens. They have a liposomal vitamin B12 and B6, which is going to support cellular energy and mood, and just a ton of products. You can shop by benefit if you want energy or immunity, skin health, detox, brain health, and focus, gut health, healthy aging, stress relief, recovery. They have all kinds of products, and Symbiotica is really as clean as it gets. No seed oils, preservatives, or artificial junk, just high quality, real ingredients that actually do something. I'm telling you guys, when you take this stuff consistently, you will see and feel a difference. I am forcing my fiance to take it. I'm like, never again.
you got to.
Never again will you get me sick.
If you want to live here,
I'm shoving that liposomal vitamin C in his mouth every day. I just am like,
trying to get back to
take
fucking.
it down the hatch. Yeah, exactly. So we just love it. I mean, again, I always say this is like the cool girl, hot girl wellness brand. I am just loving seeing where it's sold and all the girlies I see on my social media that are taking it. And a great place to start is, again, with that vitamin C, but all their products are incredible. Symbiotica Wellness Made Simple. Go to symbiotica.com/girlsgottaeat for 20% off plus free shipping. That's symbiotica.com/girlsgottaeat for 20% off plus free shipping. symbiotika.com/girlsgottaeat.
Okay, and who doesn't love the good things in life? Even though I enjoy a little luxury, it doesn't mean I always want to pay luxury prices. Until I discovered Quince, and Quince is mine and Ashley's go-to for luxury essentials at affordable prices. We love it so much, you guys. They have great belts, bags, dresses, and Ashley and I both have these Mongolian cashmere sweaters. It's 100% Mongolian cashmere sweater. Starts at $50. There's washable silk tops and dresses, organic cotton sweaters. They even have 14 karat gold jewelry. These sweaters, I have them I have cardigan versions. I have like tight sweaters, baggy sweaters, button downs. I really went crazy.
I just ordered the 100% organic cotton boyfriend crew sweater. It's like a little bit cropped. And then I ordered the Mongolian cashmere tee.
Ooh.
Like short sleeve.
excited to see this.
And like a Kelly green, obviously. And I just think that'll look really good, like even tucked into like slacks with a little belt.
Fancy.
It's just like it's a, quiet luxury.
It's luxury.
Yeah.
We love the colors, the fit. It's really a lot of great like capsule pieces for your wardrobe too. And they only work with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices and premium fabrics and finishes, which we love. Give yourself the luxury you deserve with Quince. Go to quince.com/GGE for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/GGE to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/GGE.
Okay.
Do you want kids?
Yeah.
Do you have an age that you are like, this is the age I want to start having children?
No.
Definitely. Okay, so you're open-minded about
Yeah,
that.
very
So you have
open.
time.
And I'm okay with like adopting, surrogacy, whatever. Like my partner's, let's say, too old to have kids by the time we get married and want kids, then we'll adopt. We'll do whatever else we got to do. Like I'm cool with it.
Yeah, I think like you'll find her. I think my
I'm not
point is
worried,
just
yeah.
like I think there's a way to also show that you're like a consistent, stable partner, and it doesn't mean it needs to even be in person. Like it's just like women are like he's giving vibes, not you necessarily, but like a guy might give vibes. I'm not going to hear from him for 3 days,
Yes.
like, and I don't know how you are in dating, but it's just like you can do those things without like, is he going to text you back? I think
Yeah.
some of those guys that you feel like you can't pin down, you just feel like they could disappear off the face of the earth.
100%.
And you're falling for them and you're like, I don't feel secure, you know?
100%.
Totally.
And I'm not
it-
saying that's you.
No, but it's a man's job to make whoever it is they're talking to or they're dating feel secure. My thing is, and I get what you're saying, and women could look at me and say, this guy's got too much going on. Like, I'm not taking this risk. Same time, everything I do in my life, I'm consistent with.
Yep, I believe
everything. Like, I'm 34 years old. I have a day job that I've been there for 10 years now, my family business. I've been doing this social media thing for 4 years. I wrote a book, which I'm not saying that's consistent because it's the first book I ever read, but
It's a commitment.
it was a
to it.
commitment. I look the way I do at 34 years old when, most men my age are starting to go the opposite direction of looks.
Mm-hmm.
I show up every day at everything I do. That's my resume.
Yep, I love it.
That's my resume. And if I'm not for you, there's nothing wrong with that. I've had many women that I've pursued that were just like, no, it's not going to work. And I'm like, why? What'd I do? They're just like,
Too much.
You're
You're
too
too
much.
much.
Yeah, you're too much. And I made a TikTok about it that went viral. It was like, if I'm too much for you, that's fine. Go get
find
less.
less. I
Go
love that
get less.
sound.
Because
I
I'm going
love
to find
it.
someone that I am perfectly much for. And who knows what it'll look like. But yeah, if you saw my ex, like I'll show you guys offline after. If you saw her socials, and again, I'm not saying social media is a good judge of character or a good judge of who a person is, but you can see a lot of their vibe. And this person, their social media page looked similar to mine.
Yep.
Like doing all these wild things. You're like, what the fuck? How are you doing that today? And like when people come to my page, I want them to be like, weren't you in Florida last week? Now you're in LA. You're going on this Girls Gotta Eat podcast, and then you're going back to your construction job on Tuesday? Like, what the fuck?
You have an exciting life. What was that one survey? It was like they asked people, would you prefer an exciting life or a stable life? And most people say stable, and
Yeah.
I'm going exciting.
All day long.
I want both.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to talk about your ex, however much you want to share, but you said that someone who changed your perception of love inspired the book,
Yeah.
and then also sounded like there was a painful breakup involved.
I mean, obviously. Like,
Yeah.
I wrote a book about it.
Yeah.
So, I met this person. Look, I was single for so long that when you're single for an extended period of time, especially when you've been in relationships and you've had love in your life more than not, when you're that single, you start to question, are you able to love? Or you start to question, like, is there love in me? Am I the hard one that's hard to love? Like, you question all those things. That's why I'm so thankful for my relationship with her, because she reminded me of my capacity to love. And whenever I sign books, I always write, in the depths of heartache, we are reminded of our capacity to love. Because the more heartbroken you are and the more you're hurting, it just means that the more you can love. And it's tough to remember those, especially on your dark days. And that's kind of what inspired the whole book. But it was just one of those situations where I was so long and I'm like, hey, maybe I'm just not meant to meet anybody. And I had those feelings so many times over the last couple of years. And then I met her and it's just like instant, like madly in love. I think we said I love you after like 3 weeks or something, which is anyone who knows me, like I'm like a 6 month I love you kind of guy.
Oh, wow.
Like,
Okay.
like I'm a slow burner.
Yeah.
This one, we had our first date. By the end of the day, we looked at each other at a bar. We're like, can we do this? Like, we're long, like, can we make this work?
From Toronto to LA.
Toronto to LA. But like, again, we also had a whole bunch of other travel plans like preset.
Sure.
So we're like, can we make this work? And we're like, fuck it, let's do this. Like, and then ironically, I saw her 3 times in the next like 6 weeks. So it reminded me of my capacity to love, and I'm forever thankful for her and for that relationship. It's unfortunate that didn't work out. It's unfortunate that I had to get my heart broken to be reminded of those things. It's a lesson learned, and I do believe something good came out of it. And I do believe in every relationship you're taught a lesson or you're taught something. And I think mine in this one is that I am able to love, and I do have a large capacity to love, and I think the outcome is the book. And who knows, like I might write another one, I don't know, but I think it's just altered my life in such a massive way, both positively and negatively, but I will be forever thankful for her.
I love this. And I thank you for also saying that, like, when you are single for a long time, you do start to think, like, am I no longer lovable? Other people have in the past, but, you know, maybe I'm not lovable anymore. Maybe I've just been doing this on my own for too long and I'm incapable of letting a person in. And Ashley was single for a long time before she met her longtime partner. And I've been single for years now. And I do meet a lot of people and I like them. They're fine for the time being. And nothing has worked out like in a serious manner in a couple years. And those thoughts creep in sometimes where I'm just like, maybe it's just not meant to be for me anymore.
And society also tells us that there's something wrong with us once we hit 30 and we're single. That's what society deems us. Oh, why are you single? You're 30? Like, what's wrong with you? It's like, well, fuck you, respectfully. Nothing. Just haven't met my person yet. Some people meet them when they're kids. Some people meet them in high school. Some people meet them in university. Some don't meet them till they're fucking 50.
Well, and also those people that say that, that's on them. That's like such a dated
you
narrative.
see it all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you're single at 34. You're good looking and have money and you travel. Why are you single? What's wrong with you? It's like, excuse me?
Other people
Fucking
it's
look
just
in the mirror
luck of
before you come at me.
draw.
Like,
Right.
Don't you think, like, sometimes people say, like, well, you just haven't done the work. And do you know how many people I know in very serious long-term relationships that have done zero work on themselves? Treat
Fucking
their
right.
partner like shit.
Fucking right.
Get treated like shit. That's just the luck of the draw that you ended up with somebody.
when people tell me online, oh, you just haven't looked. Excuse me. How many singles events have you been to in the last 4? Because I've been to a fuck ton of them.
Right. All I'm doing is looking.
I'm looking and I'm open to it. And people are like, oh, you just don't want one. I'm like,
It's all projections.
Yeah,
it's
that's
like,
why. So for me, I
could
don't
run
listen.
down the gamut of the crazy things people say. That's just a
especially on
projection.
social media too. It's hilarious. It's
Yeah.
like, sorry, Janine, who lives in Idaho and her life looks miserable. I don't care what you think.
Well, those people give you advice through the lens of their own life experiences. And I understand, like, somebody's like, well, I've been with my husband for 20 years and here's what, that's great. That works
happy
for
for
you.
you. I'm so happy
happy
for
I
for
can't relate to that at all. You know, like, I'm not with my high school or college sweetheart. We are different.
Totally.
Yeah. And I love love too. Like, I'm the biggest cheerleader of love. You know, I used to talk more about how being single sucks and all those other things. Like, no, I am the biggest cheerleader of love because I want it around me. The more love I have around me, the more likely I am to have love within me, and I'm gonna go find love. So I'm the biggest cheerleader. But sometimes I'm just like, shut the fuck up. Like, respectfully, shut the fuck up.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree. Like, I think about people with life experiences that are so different than you. And, like, really just shout out to the people that realize that. Like, my brother and my sister-in-law, they're 35. They've been together since they were 22. They never dated anybody besides the other person. They have never given me dating advice.
Love it. I don't want it.
They know that they have no fucking business talking to me about what it's like out here, okay? And
I fucking love that.
you know,
Like, they were never on dating apps. They don't know it. They don't
I
get
love
it.
that they know they have no business.
they don't even, every once in a while, my brother would be like, that guy's treating you like shit. Just open your eyes. But, like, other than that, neither one of them had the audacity to be like, well, maybe try this. Because they have no idea what
Yeah,
it's
they
like
don't
in
know.
this world.
Yeah. You don't have to answer this if you don't want to, but can you tell us why you broke up? Was it like a distance?
So
sort of-
distance was a key thing.
Yeah.
And I've said this recently. When you're dating, like, arguably the most beautiful person alive, it is so fucking tough.
And
when
that would
you're
be
long
you
distance.
or
No,
her?
that was her. That was her. Thank you. I appreciate it. No, so she was always traveling. She's a model. And, like, she did all these, like, cool, really fun, exciting things. You know, I can get insecure too. Like, you know, we are all human. And there was times where I think I needed a little bit more than she was giving.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I communicated it as well as I should have at times. So it's tough. It is tough. Like, it's not like you can just be like, hey, I'm having a shit day. Like, I'm coming over to see you. It's like, hey, I'm having a shit day and you're in, you know, Dubai or something, living your best life. And I want you with me.
Yeah.
So it is tough. Would I date a model again? I don't know. It was tough. Cause again, she's like, again, a 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
like,
my fiance felt the same way as you when we started.
That Ashley was too hot to, like, be allowed out in public.
yeah, literally. Like yeah, anyways.
He thinks
He does.
But you want that. You want your partner to think you are the most beautiful person.
He
That's what
does
you
somehow.
want.
I don't know. I mean, I feel the same way.
But that's what you want,
Like, I look
right?
at him and I'm like, oh, I really did that.
Can't wait to fuck him. Like, yeah.
Yeah. But no, I'm totally kidding.
I don't think you hear a lot of men say out loud, like, my partner was so attractive, it made me, like, feel insecure.
Yeah,
and
it did.
good for you for saying that.
But yeah, like everyone should feel about that with their partner. But then she's traveling all over and she's, you know, doing shoots and all that.
Yeah,
So-
it's tough.
It sounds
because
like it
again,
was.
if it was we lived in the same city, it's easy. It's okay. You're gonna be home in 2 weeks. Like, this is no big deal. But it's like, hey, she was traveling for an extended period. So was I. So it is tricky. everyone's like, oh, like, why'd you do it in the first place? Like, do you think I decided, hey, I'm going to love this person from LA? Do you think that was my first thing?
Right.
No, I met an amazing person. I fell in love and we tried. It didn't work. It is what it is. If I met another person in LA this weekend, fucking right, I would try it all over again because that's not the lesson I learned. The lesson I learned wasn't that distance is the reason it didn't work.
Totally.
I learned a different lesson. And I learned that, you know what, in my last communication, maybe I didn't clearly communicate my wants and my needs as well as I should have. And some of that's on me. I'm not saying she didn't have her faults, but I know what I could have done better. The distance is not what would have, you know what I mean? So someone's like, oh, maybe you should date in your hometown. It's like, no, maybe I tried and it didn't work. And I learned a lot of lessons dating people in my hometown too. Yeah. I will date the person who like makes my heart feel so full, who puts the biggest smile on my face. You know, you see those TikToks and memes all the time, like, date someone that you want to stay on the phone with super late, even though you know you got to go to work in the morning. Someone that, you know, you smile every time you see their name on your phone. Someone that you hear a song on the radio, you can't wait to send it to them. Like, shit like that. That's what I want.
What did you learn about jealousy and communicating like, I don't like this, and how you did communicate it, how you changed it
it's not so much about jealousy. It's what I learned about the communication is that you need to clearly communicate your wants and your needs, even if you think it's obvious. And I know like women on the same hand, like same advice goes to them because there's times like, oh, I thought you would know. It's like, no, men don't. Men are stupid. We are literally, when it comes to relationships, we are stupid. You need to like tell us straight. I don't like that you did X, Y, and Z. Not like, you know what, maybe you could have done something differently. It's like, no, spell it out for us.
Yeah.
But on the other side, you know, there are times where I was having a bad day and I'm like, I described my bad day, but I didn't say I had a bad day, I need you. And it's like, I expected you to be there for me when you didn't even really know I had a bad day. So clear communication, and it's okay to be insecure with your partner. It's okay to show that insecurity. Vulnerability, right? You know, the idea and this notion that macho men can't, and fuck, I'm going to go on a rant here, but a couple of days ago, someone posted something saying like, men need to toughen up. We need to get back to the old school traditional men that need to toughen up and be strong. Well, respectfully, I've done everything tough men can do. I've ran marathons. I've done high rocks. I've done Ironmans. I can bench more than half the fucking worlds can. I can do all these. I work in construction. I make more money than the average person. I can do all these macho man things.
Totally.
I could do all those 10 times out of 10, then read that book in public. Reading that book in public when I did my book launch was one of the hardest things I've ever done in my entire life. To share some of your most intimate, vulnerable moments with the world is fucking tough. Having a conversation with your partner saying, hey, I'm not okay, or hey, you know, I feel insecure because of X, Y, and Z, that's fucking tough. Running marathons is not a walk in the park, but it's not nearly as hard as some of these other things. So the whole idea that macho men and men need to whatever, and like men shouldn't be emotional and blah, it's too feminine energy. Fuck out of here.
Right.
I fight with people in my TikTok comments. Your energy's too feminine. I'm like,
those people, no.
Fuck out of here.
Those
lady.
people are the reason why this country's
why
falling
we have a
apart.
president like we do.
Yeah. So no, we just don't subscribe to that at all. But it's funny because it's like very like men will do anything besides go to therapy. Like, you know,
literally. And it's fucking free in Canada for some people.
Yeah.
The first like 4 sessions are fucking free in Canada.
We got to get to Canada. Can you tell us about the book?
Yeah. So I never in a million years thought I'd write a book, literally ever. I journal a lot. I started journaling in probably 2016, 2017. I suffered from depression when I was younger. Went to therapy. My therapist got me journaling. And I remember telling her, she's like, you should start journaling. And I'm like, I'm depressed and you want me to start a diary? Like, are you fucking joking me? Get out of here, lady. She's like, no, Rick, it's not a diary. Just write down your thoughts, your feelings, any words that stand out.
Dear diary.
Yeah, dear diary, I'm fucking depressed. The end. Thanks for that. I feel great now. Like, come on. So I started journaling a lot, and I've always done it, whether it's notes on my phone, whether it's on like my workbooks, whether it's in an actual journal. And I was writing down all my thoughts and my feelings for the last couple of years. And then after the heartbreak, you know, obviously you got different opinions. And when you're in love, you have different opinions and different thoughts and feelings. And then I started, you know, reading quotes online and saying some quotes. And some were my own, some were just quotes I generally found online that I loved. And someone one day was like, you should write a book. And I've been thinking about, like, I've always loved the idea of, like, writing something. And I'm not that literate, to be honest. I'm not, like, I'm really not. And then I was thinking, I'm like, fuck, you know what? An author that's not that literate.
I love the honesty.
Go off.
Well, that's the nice thing about poetry. There's no right or wrong way to write it. It's art.
You
It
get
is
an
art.
editor and
Yeah.
they correct it.
So actually, no, my editor gave me a bunch of things. I'm like, I don't like the way that visually looks, so I'm not going to accept that change. She's like, it's grammatically wrong. I'm like, it's art.
She's like, it's spelled wrong.
Yeah, spelling we changed. Yeah, spelling we did well. Fucking, I wrote this before I got into ChatGPT, so I could have used ChatGPT to fucking autocorrect everything. Anyways, but I was like, you know what? I started writing down all these thoughts, all these feelings, all these emotions, And I said, what if I can turn this into like a book of poems to be your companion on your journey through love? What if like, there's men like me, and I'm sure there's many other men and women who feel bad venting to their friends, who don't feel safe opening up and sharing these stories with their friends. Like sometimes you feel like you're alone, literally. So the book is meant to be a companion on your journey through love, and to know that, hey, you're not alone. It's okay to open up. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to be insecure. Hey, flip through the pages of the book, find something that you resonate with, and write down your feelings. Maybe you don't resonate with anything today. That's fine. It's not meant to be read start to finish. It's meant to, sit on your nighttime coffee table, nighttime table, and just flip through it when you're in your feels, when you don't feel your relationship with love is strong. Maybe you're in a relationship and you don't feel that, hey, I'm not getting the most out of this relationship. Let's flip to chapter 2 when I found someone and I was head over heels in love, and let's remind ourselves what it feels like to be in love. Maybe you're fucking heartbroken and don't think you're going to meet anybody. Okay, well, know that I was too. And know that I felt the same pain that you're going through. Or maybe you're on this journey of like learning to love yourself again. Like, yeah, there's poems in there for you too. So it's meant to be a companion on your journey through love, whatever stage you are, whatever phase you are. And I'm really proud of it. Of all the things I've done in recent years, it's one of the things I'm most proud of.
That's amazing. Congratulations.
Yeah, and I like it. It's like kind of low commitment, low stakes. Pick it up when you need it. I like the term companion.
Yeah,
Me too. And it gives you something nice to talk to your partners about, because every page has a little place to also write your thoughts.
Yeah,
which I
that's
think is
the
interesting.
idea behind it.
You could share this with your partner. Like you could both jot down stuff. Like I know a couple, I'm not going to embarrass them, but they met and then they both started like journaling back and forth to each other. They would both
so
write these
cute.
entries in this notebook.
No, that's so cute though.
And it was just very cute. Like she started it and then they both just started like kind of writing in the same book. And so that's why I
That
thought
is
you
really
could do this with
cute.
your partner. Because I like the chapter titles. So there's hopeless love, endless love, tortured love, true love, self love.
I think it's special and a nice activity you can do with your partner. And of course, we'll tell you guys where to find all of his stuff. But maybe we could talk about men and breakups a little bit, since this is about heartbreak. And, I think that when women break up with a partner, it is really usually like you circle the wagons and your friends and your family and your girlfriends, and you spend a lot of time journaling and crying and going to therapy. But for me, I think men's experience in general, it's not for everybody, but it's different for men.
I think women and men process breakups differently. I think women in the short term are more hurt and like they struggle more immediately, but then once they move on, they move on and it's over. Whereas men is the opposite. Men are like, oh, I'm single now. I'm going to download dating apps. I'm going to fuck around, do all these things. And then months later, they're hurting. I think it's like a complete opposite.
You're
where it's
completely
like
on the nose.
women are more short-term pain, like in the immediate breakup, and then men hurt later, whereas women don't
For
hurt
years,
later.
men hurt.
Yeah, literally.
We had somebody on the show, Connor Beaton. I always remember him saying, men, they fuck it out and they drink it out. And that's not the healthiest way to process emotions.
Yeah,
Maybe
you're
for a
100%
couple
right.
weeks, sure.
I was very lucky that one of my last breakups before this most recent one, I drank a lot after that one. And it was just like, that's the lifestyle I have. Like I live on arguably like the busiest street in Toronto to go out. I'm always out. I'm always doing fun things. So I was going out 3-4 times a week. After this breakup, I don't think I drank or fucked for like ever. Not ever, obviously, but like I quit drinking, cut it down completely. I was like cold plunging every day, like going for walks, like stretching, working out. I got in the most wholesome era ever because I was just like, I need to focus on me or else it'll be exactly what happened to me 5 years ago, where I just drink, you're going out chasing tail and you're trying to do all these like stupid things where it's like, that doesn't help you. You're just going to hurt longer. And when you do that, you end up, I don't want to say you end up hating your ex, but you blame them for everything. It's like sometimes it's not your ex's fault it didn't work out. It's just, hey, maybe right person, wrong time, or maybe just there's things outside of your control that didn't make it work. You shouldn't have to hate your exes. And when you end up drinking and do all these other things, that's when the relationships get like really hatred. You know what I mean? Like if you're like both trying to get back at each other, doing things to like spite each other, that's, hey, I did my own thing. She did her own thing. We are cool now. And it's nice that like every time I speak about her, I speak very highly of her. Like, again, amazing person. And I've never said a bad thing about her ever, probably. So it's really nice to know that like I still care about her like in that sense, and it didn't tarnish my relationship with her. And like I would hope she would say nice things about me too, because like I wasn't doing all these stupid things that I would have done in my 20s.
It is really is fascinating. I mean, I think women get to work immediately. And we also have the circle around us. I mean, I don't know. I feel for anybody, man or woman, who doesn't have those people that are really going to pick you up off the floor and like invite you to dinner and cook for you or do the workout classes, go to yoga, like cry with you on the couch, you know? And women have a lot more of that. We're able to get that pain out of our body with whatever it is. Again, just like the crying, the talking, the Pelotoning.
Well, the talking is the biggest thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, men after a breakup, well, now maybe there's a shift, but before it was always like, okay, you got dumped. Let's go to the bar. Let's go find something.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, how is that the first thing
I
that
need to
comes out of your
talk.
mind every time? Sometimes it's like, I'm fucking heartbroken. I just
Yeah.
want you to listen.
Yeah.
But again, men are, and I hate saying this, like sometimes men are scared to talk about their emotions because it's not manly. It's like, hey, well, you know what? It is now. Like
Exactly.
maybe there's needs to be a shift in the world, because if more men supported their friends and their brothers and their male friends like women supported themselves, maybe we'd have less broken men. And broken men just hurt women. Like you see the cycle all the time. Like girl hurts boy, boy hurts girl, boy gets hurt again, hurts another girl. It's like hurt people. Like you hate saying that. Like I don't want to use this example. Like I love Zach Bryan. Like I fucking love Zach Bryan. What, like this whole story, and you only hear one side right now, but it's fucking bad. I don't know if you guys know the story of Brandon Chicken Fry, like Zach Bryan.
We talked about it.
It's fucking bad. And I love Zach Bryan. Like I love his music. And I'm just like, fuck man, like, how do I fuck?
Yeah.
How do I separate the musician from the person?
I try to, but sometimes you're like, okay, like that's not what I stand for, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, that's some poor young woman that didn't take this payout so that she could be a face for all the women who had to take the payout because it's a fuck ton of money.
Yeah.
Like,
it
so
was
anyways,
bad.
I know that's a completely different
I
conversation.
didn't know where
but
this was going. I was like, oh no.
Yeah,
he's gonna
He was like,
defend
and I
Zach
support
Bryan.
everything he did.
yeah, no,
I
so
thought
that's
you were
all.
gonna be like, you didn't hear his side of the story. I
No,
was
it's like,
I knew.
hurt people. And it's like, instead of us just continuous like perpetuating cycle, it's like, hey, let's open up, let's talk about it so that we heal. So we don't hurt the next person just because we're not fucking whole. The next person I date isn't gonna get any of the bullshit of the hurtness or the heartbrokenness from my ex because
Totally.
I healed. I fixed myself.
Go off,
or I
Kate.
did the best to.
I think that's a great place to end.
yeah, this is really
This is
wonderful.
great.
I appreciate it. Thanks for
Yeah.
having me on. You guys
Oh
are
my
amazing.
God. You're great. This was so fun.
Was this the most fun podcast you've done?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you know what's just like in the background story behind it too? Like so many of my friends like you're going to the what? With those girls? I was like, yeah, with those girls.
Yeah.
You guys are great though. Thank you so much. I love your studio. I love your space. Thank you for having me on.
Of
Thank
course.
you.
If you guys are ever in Toronto, you guys got to come on mine.
Absolutely.
We love you and we love Toronto so
I
much.
will be in Toronto.
She has a show
When?
there.
My shows in Toronto are July 18th and 19th. Guys, get tickets. They're going very fast.
Where are
They
you
might be sold
playing?
out by now. The Comedy Bar. I have 4 shows there.
Yeah? Amazing. Okay, so we'll get you on mine when you come in
Let's
July.
do it. Yeah.
I'll show you around the city.
Okay, perfect.
We'll have a
Great.
fun that you should come too.
We love Toronto. We love performing there. We love visiting there. We're huge fans.
Toronto, and I got to stop talking shit about it because I do love it to my core.
We all talk shit about our city.
Yeah, we all do.
You're
You
fine.
But I
live
said,
there.
so I said one of the things though, like I've said, if you think dating in your hometown is bad, you're part of the problem. So if I think Toronto's bad, that means I'm part of the problem. So I'm gonna, one of my goals now is to be part of the solution. So I'm gonna do whatever I can to make Toronto
Great
To be the
again.
change you want to see.
Yeah, be the change you want to see. I want to make Toronto fun again, I guess. I don't know how to say it.
Make Toronto great again.
Yeah.
We'll wear a blue hat.
Yeah.
Well, where can people find your TikTok, Instagram, book,
It's
your podcast?
Your Pal Rick on all socials. Your Pal Rick, exactly how it's spelled. The book is Our Heartbreak Love on Instagram. And the Pals Podcast, just like that. So come
Okay.
follow me. Come join me for whatever crazy adventure I'm going to be on in the week this gets released.
Okay, and come see all of us in July in
Yeah.
Toronto on the streets with Drake. And girlsgottaeat.com for everything that we do. Girls Gotta Eat podcast on Instagram and TikTok. I am ashhess.com if you want those tickets. Rayna is Rayna.Greenberg on Instagram. Subscribe on YouTube. Share this episode with a friend, and we will see you Thursday.
Have a good week, guys.
Bye.